It was hot in that tunnel. Am I going to the wrong place in this? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil like, come on. Was that Puffy? I'm around, but if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson &
Jamie Foxx has finally opened up about the mysterious health crisis he experienced that kept him in the hospital for 20 days on his new special, What Had Happened Was.
He told my sister some horrible news about her big brother. He said he's having a brain bleed that's led to a stroke.
So let's talk about a hemorrhagic stroke. A hemorrhagic stroke are medical emergencies. They happen when a blood vessel in your brain breaks and bleed. They require immediate treatment and can be fatal. We're going to read more up about this stroke at the end of the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, leave a comment. I really appreciate your support. Let's get back into the video.
In April 2023, Jamie Foxx was hospitalized in Atlanta after an unknown medical complication. He and his family sharing few details at the time, only saying it started with a bad headache.
So I asked my boy, I said, listen, I need a aspirin. Before I could get the aspirin, I went out.
If Jamie would have took the aspirin, he would have increased the severity of his stroke. Aspirin can be a blood thinner, so it would have increased the bleeding and it would have made his situation a lot worse.
The comedian manages to find the humor about that dark time.
I couldn't walk, but look at me now.
The actor saying he had given up.
On May 4th, I woke up. And when I woke up, I found myself in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk.
Thanking the therapist who pushed him to get better, slowly but surely.
She said, I can help you, Jamie Foxx. But you gotta tell me what's really going on with you. You're dizzy, right? I said, yes, ma'am. You're so dizzy you can't walk. I said, yes, ma'am. She says, you remember the movie Karate Kid? I said, yes. She said, we're gonna wax on, wax off.
Foxx recorded the special this past October while doing 3 live stand-up shows in Atlanta.
I ain't been on stage officially in like 18 years, but you know, Atlanta made it feel like, man, I ain't lost a step.
Jamie said it was the strength of God and his family that helped him through.
Don't take me now, Jesus. Give me just a little more time with my little one.
Performing a song with his youngest daughter.
I mean, we had to make it because I always dreamed that we'd perform together on stage one day.
Who played by
Jamie Foxx also makes light of all the allegations about him and P. Diddy. Here he goes.
I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
The actor and comedian breaking his silence about his road to recovery after his near-fatal stroke last year spawned conspiracy theories on social media.
Your said I was a clone. You really thought I was a clone. Listen, I was having dinner at some eatery in Vegas, and I walk out, and my daughter's behind me, and she overheard the dude go, that ain't that. That's a clone. Diddy got that. That's a clone. That ain't Jamie Foxx. I was in that tunnel, though. It was hot in that tunnel. Am I going to the wrong place in this? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil like, come on. Was that Puffy? I'm around, but if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson & no,
So let's do a deep dive on hemorrhagic strokes. Let's go. Bleeding disrupts normal circulation in the brain and prevents it from getting the blood and oxygen it needs to survive and function. The stroke also adds extra pressure inside your brain, which can damage or kill brain cells. Hemorrhagic, right? Strokes are particularly dangerous because they cause severe symptoms that get worse quickly. Without fast medical attention, these strokes often cause permanent brain damage and can be fatal. All right. So some of the symptoms and causes of a hemorrhagic stroke, it can include a thunderclap headache, light sensitivity, they also call it photophobia, dizziness and vertigo, trouble understanding or speaking is also called aphasia, slurred or gargled speech is also called dysarthria, one-sided weakness or paralysis, a loss of the senses like your vision, hearing, and touch. You may have a stiff neck, nausea and vomiting, even seizures, and you can even pass out or faint. Okay, now, what are the warning signs of a hemorrhagic stroke? Hemorrhagic strokes can cause lots of different symptoms. To recognize the warning signs in yourself or a loved one, remember the acronym BFAST. Balance. Watch for sudden loss of balance. Eyes. Look for sudden vision or change in one or both eyes. Face. Smile. Look for a droop on one or both sides of your face. Arms. Raise both arms. If you are having a stroke, one arm may not move. It may sag or be very weak. Speech. You might see slurred speech or have trouble choosing your right words. Time. Time is critical. Call for help immediately. If possible, look at your watch, phone, or clock to track when symptoms start. Telling a healthcare provider when symptoms began can help them know which treatments are best for you. Okay, so now what causes a hemorrhagic stroke? Remember, having high blood pressure, hypertension is the most common cause. That's especially true if your blood pressure is very high or stay high for very long periods of time. Other conditions that can cause a hemorrhagic stroke: brain aneurysms, brain tumor.
Bad news.
He told my sister some horrible news about her big brother. He said he's having a brain bleed that's led to a stroke.